Betrayal. Wow. It's one of the most profound and painful experiences any of us can go through. It can really leave you feeling lost, questioning just about everything you thought was real. Okay, let's dive into this and explore a path toward healing.
You know, this quote from Margaret Light just captures it perfectly, doesn't it? It's not just a little crack, it's a full-on earthquake that shakes the very foundation of your world, leaving you feeling completely unstable.
And let's just be really clear about that. If you're going through this, your pain is real, it's totally valid, and it's one of the deepest emotional wounds out there. You are not overreacting. Not at all.
So that's the big question, right? How do you find your footing again? Well, that's what we're going to explore here. It's definitely a journey, but it is possible. And it all starts with really understanding the nature of the wound itself.
So let's begin by just looking at what betrayal actually is. Because, to heal something, you first have to understand what's really been broken.
Now, this right here is a really important distinction. The pain isn't just coming from what they did, the lie, the affair, whatever it was. The real gut punch wound is the loss of safety, that feeling that you had a secure place with someone and suddenly it's just gone.
And this explains so much about why it feels so all-consuming. This isn't just you being emotional, it's physiological. Your brain's threat detection system, the part that's designed to keep you alive, goes on high alert. It sees that breach of trust as a genuine danger to your survival. That's why you feel so anxious, so on edge.
Okay, so let's dig into why this pain feels so complex. If you find yourself replaying events over and over and over in your head, that's completely normal. It's actually part of processing a really significant trauma.
I just want to pause on this for a second because it's so important. That constant loop playing in your mind, that's not a sign of weakness. It's not you being obsessive. It's your brain working overtime trying to make sense of something that feels senseless. It's a sign that you are actively trying to heal.
So, the key takeaway here is that this thing hits you on multiple levels all at once. Emotionally, there's that raw pain of abandonment. Mentally, it's an attack on your self-trust. You start thinking, how did I not see this? Was I a fool? And then spiritually, it can make you question your whole belief system about love, loyalty, and connection. Knowing all of that, where do we possibly go from here? Well, the good news is, there is a path forward. Now, it's not always a straight line. You might bounce between these stages a bit, but just understanding the framework can be incredibly grounding.
So this path usually starts with that protective shell of shock. Then comes anger, which often gets a bad rap, but here it's vital. It's energy moving out of your system. After that comes grief, which lets you truly mourn what you've lost. Then you move into reflection, where you can start to find lessons, and finally you get to acceptance, which is not about saying it was okay. It's about taking your power back.
And this is the goal. The memory might always be there, but healing means it no longer controls your emotions or your decisions. The scar might remain, but the wound doesn't ache with every single touch anymore.
This brings us to what is maybe the most critical part of the entire journey. Often, the biggest casualty in a betrayal isn't the trust you had in the other person, it's the trust you had in yourself. And rebuilding that relationship with you is everything.
What a powerful way to look at it. This completely shifts the focus. You're no longer waiting for someone else to fix what they broke. You realize that you're the one holding the tools. You are the architect of your own healing.
So how do you actually do that? Well, you start small, really small. When your gut gives you a little nudge, just listen to it. Make a tiny promise to yourself like, I'm going to take a 10-minute walk today, and then keep it. Every single time you do that, you're laying another brick in that foundation of self-trust, proving to yourself that you are reliable.
Okay, now let's talk about a word that carries a lot of baggage: forgiveness. So often, we think it's something we do for the other person, but when we're talking about healing from betrayal, it's an act you do entirely for yourself.
This chart just lays it out so clearly. Forgiveness is not saying what you did was okay. It's not pretending it didn't happen, and it's definitely not a requirement to let them back into your life. What it is you releasing the heavy burden of pain. It's a choice you make for your own peace. It's a quiet act of incredible strength.
This is it. This is the declaration of independence at the heart of forgiveness. It's the moment you take back the remote control for your own feelings. You are finally cutting the cord that ties you to the pain they caused.
And eventually you will trust again. Maybe not them, but you'll trust in life, in goodness, and in other people. And you'll do it not because the world has proven itself perfectly safe, but because you realize that living in a constant state of fear and suspicion, well, that's no way to live. You deserve the peace that comes with an open heart.
I want to leave you with this beautiful thought from Rumi. This experience, as absolutely devastating as it is, doesn't have to be the end of your story. It can become the very place where new wisdom, deeper compassion, and an incredible, unbelievable strength begin to grow. The pain can, in time, become the source of your greatest light.